What I'm planning to do is basically cut out a section of wood that matches this. You can see the back of the duck, the side of the duck, the top of the duck, kind of shaping out that quadrant there. I'm going to make some lines here to kind of mark off which chunk I should cut out of. I'll just cut that off with a handsaw here. Alright, our next step here is that we have this vise, the back of the vise that we want to screw into the wood here. And you see I have quite a bit of margin here. And the way I'm thinking is this side will be the front here, like this. Get the top up here. And I print out the wrong side, but this side goes over here, etc. What I'm thinking is it might make sense to have the back be the thing that's screwed in so that the face is pointed toward me and I can work with it better. Alright, so we're a few days later. I'm starting this project back up, and here's where we're at. I screwed the wood here into the vise. So there's just 4 screws that are on the bottom, and so this little metal piece right here inserts into this, which I tighten using this. And then I have this cutting board. I have this cutting board here that's kind of just been laying around. I use it as a lap desk pretty often. And what I've done here is I've just secured it to the board. My workbench here is too thick to attach the vise directly to. I haven't found a better place, so I'm just using this cutting board here. It's just loosely, it's pretty heavy by itself, so it's just kind of loosely sitting on top of the workbench. Conch is pretty hard. It's pretty sturdy. It's not perfect, but it's pretty sturdy. So what I'm doing now is I'm just kind of taking chunks out. I'll zoom in here. I'm just using a little handsaw. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of using it. But I'm just taking chunks of wood out. So I'm using the templated space here in terms of what needs to be cut out. And I'm just cutting out little chunks. So for now I'm using this handsaw. Eventually I'll move to a different one. I might use some other tools, I don't know. So I'm just taking chunks out until I get that rough frame. I try to use my bandsaw, but my bandsaw just doesn't support wood this thick, or maybe I'm not using it right. Anyway, so I'll come back once I've hacked some chunks off. I played around some more, and I think this is the best strategy I've seen, at least that I've felt so far, is to make in cuts with the cross saw, or with whatever this saw is, and then and use the hammer and a chisel to knock parts off to the side. The sawing takes forever. Kind of a pain. And this isn't that bad, because what you can do here is you can kind of say, I want to cut into the piece by this amount. And you can do that a number of times. So I'm just kind of watching the line here and cutting until that line gets matched. And do that every, I don't know, inch or so. Maybe 3/4 of an inch. Anyway, once you've done that, you can take this chisel and make pretty large removals pretty swiftly. In a way that's pretty safe and controlled because it kind of just stops out here. One adjustment I'm going to make here is I'm going to actually use these here things to secure my board in place. I'm probably going to move some things around. So that'll secure that. This. Now this thing ain't moving. Oh, that's much better. Cool. Tighten. Real nice. Alright, that's much better. So here's the duck. Starting to get its shape. See the little duck beak right here. Body. It's starting to make shape of the tail. So I need to cut away this whole chunk down here. I need to clean up a lot down here, kind of shape this out. And I need to form the tail. Besides that, the rough shape's pretty much there. Hi, Chaxie. Okay, so here we are with a slightly different carving angle. I've put, it's the same clamping thing, but before I was just using it vertically. I had this pole going up vertically. I was kind of hovering over it, but I recently changed the angle a little bit. I'm really liking how this is. I got a chair sitting on here. This is kind of coming right at my face. I can get around the duck and really look at it and think, you know, try to feel out how thick different parts are and whatnot. It's nice. Alright, we're now at a point where I'm comfortable taking this out of the vise and start doing some things by hand. I do want to cut off the butt portion here, you know, past the tail, but after that, probably want to do the rest just by hand, just to get a better feel for the size of things. Alright, so here we are, a little bit later. We've cut the back off the duck. We got this kind of flat side here. It's got to be cleaned up, but it's duck shape. Head is pretty big, but I might leave it like that. I think it looks kind of cool. I do have a little kind of indent there to form the beak. We need some more, and I also need to just kind of give the head some room right now, though. It's got a fat neck. Besides that, I think most of the work is kind of shaping the body, especially the tail, and just kind of making the tail look pretty.